Genoa City is on the verge of cracking wide open, not just because Matt Clark is back to stir up chaos, but because the lies, the secrets, and the emotional fractures that have been building for months are finally ready to explode. What began as a whisper of revenge has turned into a full-blown psychological storm, and the damage will be felt far beyond the man everyone loves to hate. This isn't just Matt's game anymore. The ghost who wouldn't stay dead. When word first spread that Matt Clark, the notorious troublemaker who once terrorized Sharon and Nick, had returned, most assumed it was a short-lived shocker. After all, how many times can Genoa City resurrect the dead? But Matt's comeback hasn't just been about haunting Sharon's past. This time, he's here for something deeper: exposure. Matt claims he's back for justice, but his version of justice looks more like psychological warfare. He's manipulating everyone around him, from Sharon to her daughter Faith, weaving a web of deceit that makes even Adam Newman's darkest schemes look tame. But the truly twisted part? Matt isn't the only one lying. Behind every tear and every denial lies another secret. The whole town is on edge, and Sharon's unraveling state of mind may be the key to it all. Sharon's grip on reality slips. Sharon Newman has always been resilient, but this time, her past trauma is clawing its way back with a vengeance. Haunted by Matt's return, or maybe the idea of it, she's losing her footing between what's real and what's imagined. Friends and family are starting to whisper that Sharon's mental health is deteriorating again. But what if that's exactly what Matt wants them to believe? Nick tries to protect her, but every attempt only seems to make things worse. Sharon's therapy sessions have become increasingly erratic. She's questioning her own memories, wondering if she's being gaslit or if she's the one doing the gaslighting. The breakdown that's coming may not be entirely hers. It might be the town's collective guilt collapsing under its own weight. Nick Newman, torn between the past and the present. Nick's loyalty has always been his greatest strength and his deepest flaw. His desire to protect Sharon puts him at odds with his current relationship and even his family. When Matt begins to drop breadcrumbs suggesting that Sharon's paranoia might stem from something Nick did years ago, it sends shockwaves through his carefully constructed world. He's faced down Victor, Adam, and countless crises, but this time, it's personal in a way that shakes him to his core. Could Nick have unknowingly set events in motion that led to Matt's return? That question is enough to push him into dangerous territory, and for the first time in years, the usually calm Newman heir is teetering on the edge himself. Victoria's hidden. Meanwhile, Victoria Newman is quietly orchestrating moves of her own. While she claims she's concerned about Sharon's well-being, her motives may not be entirely pure. Behind the boardroom calm lies a sharp instinct for power and a willingness to let a few people burn if it strengthens her position. Rumor has it that Victoria knows more about Matt's sudden reappearance than she's letting on. A mysterious business deal that connects to a figure from Matt's past could tie Newman Enterprises directly into the chaos unraveling in Genoa City. If that truth comes out, the fallout could destroy the Newman dynasty from within. And yet, Victoria seems eerily composed, as if she's already anticipating how to spin the disaster in her favor. Holden and Claire get caught in the crossfire. Just when the younger generation thought they were stepping out of their parents' shadows, Matt's return drags Holden and Claire straight into the fire. Holden, desperate to prove himself as more than just a Newman by association, starts digging into Matt's background. But what he finds isn't just about Matt, it's about his own father's choices, and possibly a cover-up that reaches back decades. Claire, who's been trying to rebuild her life after her own breakdown, suddenly finds herself reliving the emotional manipulation that once tore her apart. Her connection to Sharon, and now to Holden, makes her an easy target. When Matt begins to exploit her vulnerability, whispering poison about the people she loves, Claire's fragile stability starts to falter. Could the breakdown Genoa City is bracing for be hers instead? Matt's real target revealed. At first glance, Matt's vendetta seems centered on Sharon. But the more he talks, the more it becomes clear that she's just a pawn. His true target might be someone higher up, someone who wronged him long before the world thought he died. Clues point toward Victor Newman, the man who's crushed more enemies than anyone in town can count. Could Matt's reappearance be part of a long game meant to dismantle everything Victor holds dear? His company, his family, and his legacy. If that's the case, then Matt's chaos is only the opening act. What's coming next could make even Victor's empire crumble. The blame game begins. When the emotional dam finally breaks, everyone will be pointing fingers. Sharon's breakdown may be the spark, but the blame will scatter in every direction. Nick, for reopening wounds that never healed. Victoria, for manipulating circumstances behind the scenes. Victor, for the ruthless past that keeps coming back to haunt his children. Claire and Holden, for playing detective in a game far too dangerous for them. And Matt, for orchestrating a psychological war that leaves no one untouched. The tragedy is that each of them is right, and each of them is wrong. The breakdown coming isn't about one person. It's about all of them, every lie, every betrayal, every buried secret finally clawing its way to the surface. The fallout, nothing will be the same. By the time the dust settles, Genoa City will look very different. Friendships will fracture, alliances will shift, and one unexpected character may find themselves institutionalized before it's all over. Sharon may finally confront her demons, but whether she'll come out stronger or shattered remains to be seen. Nick may lose the one person who's always stood by him. Victoria could find her empire slipping through her fingers. And Matt Clark, he might vanish as mysteriously as he arrived, leaving behind only the wreckage of the lives he touched. But the real question is whether Matt wins or loses. It's whether Genoa City will ever recover from the damage, or if this breakdown is just the beginning of a darker chapter. A city on edge. The whispers around Crimson Lights are growing louder. People sense something coming, a reckoning that's been years in the making. And while everyone's watching Matt, the true danger might be coming from someone no one suspects. Because in Genoa City, madness is contagious. And once it starts spreading, there's no telling who will be the next to fall apart. So buckle up, young and restless fans, because the breakdown isn't just coming. It's already begun. Would you like me to make this version read more like a soap digest-style spoiler column? Shorter paragraphs, bolder teasers, and cliffhanger-style endings. That could make it pop even more for entertainment audiences.